Lights out then, and away we go here for the Chinese Grand Prix. Round 10 of 12 in PSF1 F2. That's a good start from Fruitful Milan, just in behind, and it's Wet Nets holding P3 from Not So Happy Cow. At the moment, we've got a yellow flag in Sector 1. I think that might be Stenty. Everyone else through fairly cleanly though. That's Alduro and Steph fighting side by side through turns 2 and 3 and 4. Down to turn 6, and that's Dilmos on the inside of his teammate Wet Nets. That's a good move there from Dilmos. He's already up into 3rd place, having started down in P5. Not So Happy Cow, the big loser of the Ultra Soft Runners. Prototype, Steph and Alduro still fighting here through now turns 9 and 10 as they come through. They're still side by side, and that's Wet Nets off in the background. Well, he spun and he's hit Alduro. He's lost his wing, and that's a lot of positions lost for the Red Bull driver. Don Rajib and Steve also take advantage. Steve all the way up from P15 already, gaining 8 positions in the opening 10 corners. A fantastic start from him and the Williams. But it's Fruitful that leads them away from Milan, from Dilmos, from Not So Happy Cow, from Steph, from Alduro, from Steve, from Don Rajib in 8th place, Wet Nets in 9th with damage, Bastos in 10th, Smertens in 11th, obviously pushing for that F1 promotion, and Bastos actually getting past him if you look further down. And Bastos actually losing out on the slipstream in the end. We've got almost 4 wide into the hairpin. Pola's in there as well. Fear also in there. And that's Dilmos going around the outside of Milan then. Down to turn 6 again. He's already got his teammate down through there. Unfortunately, we only caught the end of it. But a good move there from Dilmos. So Milan, can he get back at Dilmos as he comes onto the DRS stretch? Oh, he's lost the back end. That's not good. Into the wall he goes. And Milan's race is, well, not so good now. And Cow making a mistake, and that allows Steph to hop up into 3rd place. I think Steph's actually on the soft compound tyres as well. So yeah, he is. As you can see, yellow walled tyres doing him the world of good at the moment. And here comes Alduro also looking to get in on the action. Steph trying to go around the outside of Dilmos as well in front, and he can't quite make it stick yet. Oh, and he's been nudged off the track there by Dilmos, putting his elbows out. Coming to the final corner, Dilmos pits then, followed by Not So Happy Cow. The Ultra Soft Runners then into the pits, and Dilmos not so good there. Can Steph get past Alduro? Now leading the race due to the Ultra Soft pitters. Down the outside goes the Ferrari. Does he have the space? Alduro giving him a little bit of a nudge. Nothing too major there, but he keeps the lead of the Grand Prix for now. So coming on to lap 7. So this is Steph chasing Alduro, being chased by Steve. They're all on the soft tyres, so they've all got the same age, apart from well, actually Steve has got one lap life extra because he didn't qualify on his. But is Steph going to be close enough then, as we've watched from the rear of the Haas of Alduro in the lead of the Grand Prix? Steph is closing up the inside. He hits the back of Alduro, not once but twice, and he loses an end plate. And surely he's going to have to pit now as well. Alduro losing 2 positions then. Steve takes the lead of the Grand Prix. This is Alduro then coming back at Steph, trying to go around the outside. Obviously Steph has the infringement of that damaged front wing, and Alduro goes swooping up the inside. No reply from the Ferrari with that lack of downforce. And here comes Pola actually on the mediums as well. Watch out for him later on. And now Pola is right on the back of Alduro. 9 lap old softs versus 9 lap old mediums. Down the inside goes the American in the orange McLaren. Alduro not giving up just yet though. We'll have to pit maybe this lap or the next. And he's backed off, so yeah, he's not done himself any favours there. And he's going to have lost a bit of time. And Pola into 2nd then. Oh, what's going on here? This is a very slow pit entry. I wonder if he's got a bit of an issue. But Alduro into the pits then. End of lap 9, beginning of lap 10. And let's see where he comes out in relativeness to Dilmos. Obviously 2 stopping. Fear up as well. We'll go onto the medium compound tyres. Fruitful obviously having made his first stop already, well in front. Is he going to get out in front of Cow, I wonder? No, he's not. Cow's going to get past. Will Don Rajib get past? That's the next one. He doesn't want to lose too many positions. And he's come out behind him as well. So it's not gone necessarily the way Alduro would have expected there. He's lost quite a lot of time on pit entry, and it's cost him a few positions. And now he's got Wet Nets right behind him as well. So this is Stenty and Fear. Fear going very defensive all the way over to the right hand side of the circuit. So these guys battling for what is now P4 on track. Obviously they won't actually come out in those positions once they've pitted. But these guys still going round on their soft tyres. And Stenti backs off for now, leaving clear to take the position. So, from the lead of the race comes Steve into the pits off his 12 or 11 lap old rather, old tyres on those softs onto the mediums. And also in is Fear, making his one and only pit stop. And he's going to be in a good position at the end of this race. Where does Steve come out? Just in front of Cal, so not too bad for him. Oh, and this is Steph and Wet Nets. Steph getting the better of Wet Nets, obviously having set the fast lap of the race last lap around, and this time he's managed to close to Wet Nets and get past. Wet Nets coming back at him here though. He's looking to the outside of turn 1. Trying to retake that position off of Steph. Around the outside, he's still trying it. Into 2, through 3. And Steph will hold that position for now. But a good battling there from those two. This is Fear and Bastos. And Fear, that's a great move up the inside. Great move from the Toro Rosso. Obviously on the fresher medium tyres. But he's that's a good move there from the Toro Rosso driver. Don't often see him battling with some of the faster guys. Some would argue that Bastos is slightly quicker as he goes to the inside. But Fear defends. And this is all allowing the guys behind to catch up now as well. So Polar hasn't pitted yet. He's fighting Fruitful on track. This is technically for position. Oh, there's a touch. Bit of wheel bang as they go through turn 1. Through 2 then. Into turn 3. And Fruitful obviously on the fresher softs. Has the grip. And Polar, can he now stick behind? Or will he fight back? He hasn't stopped yet. And they're both going to be on softs at the end of the race. Fruitful on the more aggressive 2-stop. Polar on the conservative 1-stop. But the question is now, can he stay with Fruitful and just be pulled along by that slipstream? This is Fear defending from Bastos. Oh, and Fear's gone deep into turn 1, comes back onto the track. Bastos hits him. They both spin. And the Haas goes through, but Milan hits. Oh, the Haas actually spun there. I'm not actually sure if he got a touch. Stenti. And this is going to allow Taffy to jump up. Yep, there he goes. Fear gets away with it. But that jumps Taffy up into P11. Don Rajib jumps up as well. It's an unfortunate incident. And that's obviously leaving there as well. You're watching Steph chasing Alduro yet again. Obviously in the first part of the race it happened. Up the inside he goes. Into the snail section. Tight section here. Through turns 13 and 14. He's such a back end of Alduro, and they're both round again. And we saw Milan lose it there earlier on in the race. Steph has already lost his front wing once. And possible front wing damage again there. And yep, goes on. Alduro seems to have got away unscathed, other than a bit of tyre temperature. But yeah, again, these two coming together. And this is allowing Fear to catch up rather nicely here. So now, Smertens is got up to the back of Don Rajib. The amount of input there, jeez. Stenti going defensive then. Don Rajib following, and he's a little bit of weaving there actually from Stenti. Stays to the right hand side now. Don Rajib looking for the overtake. Smertens will be looking to have a look as well. Oh, and Stenti locks up, and through goes Don Rajib. Can Smertens get through as well? I think he has. Yep, the Ferrari. Oh, the side by side through the final corner, just about. Keeping it together. Stenti not giving up though. This is the battle for P12. And Smertens up the inside. Can Stenti hold it round the outside? Nope, and that is Smertens through into P12. Obviously Smertens on fairly fresh mediums as well, so he's going to pick off some of the other guys in front, such as Taffy in the remaining few laps. So then, Polar and Fruitful into the pits. They've been following each other around for a few laps now, and they're both on the same strategy as of this moment. They're both on soft tyres, and I wonder where they're going to come out in relativeness to everyone else. They fall behind Demos and Steve. Obviously Steve on the 1-stop. Polar, sorry, that's not so happy Cowan as well, and McLaren pitting both their drivers then. So Fruitful's come out just behind his teammate, not too bad, and Polar's come out about 2.5 behind, so he's lost out a little bit there. And yeah, Cow coming out just in front of Don Rajib, I think. Yep, that's yep, just in front of Don Rajib then, not too bad for him. And Fear in 8th place will have to defend now. And Alduro chasing Steph once again. Steph with that broken front wing. And one of these two will have another little nibble at each other. We'll see it's the other way around. Just a couple of laps ago, Steph was the chaser. And he was hunting down Alduro. Now it's the other way around, and Alduro with that front wing will have a bit of an advantage here. Let's see what happens through these next few corners. Out of turn 11, coming up into turn 12. Interesting line from Steph, and he may have cost himself a little bit of time there. Alduro's still chasing. Oh, and Steph with a little bit of a wobble. This is all allowing Alduro to catch now onto the main DRS stretch as Dilmos is into the pits. Oh, that's not a very good line. Do not want to be on the grass into the pit lane. We'll cut back to the other guys and see what's going on here. And that is Steph defending the position. Well, these guys on different strategies, and Steph has the wing damage. And there you go, Steph does indeed pit at the end of lap 18. Wetnet's also in, so Dilmos has pitted, and now his teammates pitting as well. And where's this going to bring them out? So Dilmos is going to come out just in front of Fear. And Wetnets is coming out behind Smertens, possibly Stenty as well. Yep, he is indeed. So a long fall for the Red Bull driver. And this is Dilmos going around the outside of Alduro through turn 1. That's a lovely move. If he can hold on to it, and he can. Fantastic move there from Dilmos, up into P4 now. So Cal and... oh, and that's an audacious move up the inside of Alduro there. Obviously on the fresher tyres. Alduro having one stopped and Cal on the 2 stop. And these guys battling away. And we just saw Polar actually... I think he was getting past Steve. Obviously on the fresher rubber. Now, can Alduro get back at Not So Happy Cow? DRS open, closing and closing. Up into the hairpin of turn 14. Moves to the inside, does Cow. Oh, can Alduro hang it around the outside? Has he gone for a switchback? No. And that's Polar getting past Steve again. And this is Wetnets fighting with Fear. Fear trying to look around the outside. Fear is actually defending the position at this point. So he's lost out for now. Let's see if we can get back at him down into turn 1 then. DRS will be active. See, they're just dragging him towards... oh, a little bit of a late move from Wetnets there. Both get away without any damage or contact. And oh, Wetnets is running a little bit wide. Fear up the inside. Can he make it stick through turn 3? And his tyres are much older than Wetnets. And I would have been surprised to have seen him make that move. Good effort nonetheless though. And Wetnets has lost it. Has he kept it together? Yes, he has. He gets a 3-second time penalty for it though. And he's going to be the one doing the chasing down DRS straight. Here he is then. Moves to the inside. Does Fear. Just as Wetnets was thinking about the door being wide open. Fear slams it shut. Oh, and Fear hits the back of Wetnets. And Wetnets goes deep through the gravel. And I think Fear may have just let him through there. Because his exit was pretty shocking really. Little bit of desync as well. He touches the back end of Wetnets. Now then, this is all bringing Smertens into play as they come onto the last lap. Fruitful's miles ahead of them at this point. Fear trying to go around the outside of turn 1 then. Can he make it stick this time? And I think he has, you know. And that's a brilliant move from Fear around the outside of turn 1. Wetnets is going to have to push now because he does not want to finish behind. Obviously, he's got that 3-second time penalty too. And he's all over the back of Fear. Look as they come down to turn 6. He was overtaken here earlier by his teammate, but he cannot reproduce the goods on his end. But he has got him on exit. That's a good switch back there. The grip giving him the advantage. Obviously, they're much fresher soft tyres, but Smertens is still there as they come onto the final DRS straight of the lap. Fear chasing Wetnets. Is he close enough? I don't think he is. He's having a look up the inside. He's too far back though. And Wetnets looks like he's going to hold on to P7. Dylan and Cal picking up penalties as well. Into the final corner then. Can Fear hold on? Oh, he's gone wide in the final corner. And Smertens gets him. I think he might have run out of fuel here because he was very, very slow. And a fantastic end to the race. And yeah, very good result for Fear in the end, jumping up to P7 on time penalties. And there you have it, Fruitful, another race victory after that small blip in Silverstone a couple of weeks ago. He retakes top spot once again. Did the same in Spa last week. And his teammate joining on the podium in P3 and Polar P2. Fantastic drive from him as well. And a good result for Williams, of course, in the Constructors. So look at the final classification then for the Chinese Grand Prix, and it was Fruitful Crew, of course, winning. Polar and Steve getting the final podium spots, with Dilmos and Alduro rounding out the top 5. Not Happy Cow and fifth, two of the Americans getting 6th and 7th, 8th was Wetnets, 9th Smertens, 10th was Stenti picking up the final point. Don Rajib, Taffy and Milan didn't score, with Bastos and Steph as the non-finishers.